Okay, gather around, children. I have a story to tell. We need to talk. Nintendo, Switch 2, politics, tariffs, Trumps, the controversy situation, whatever you want to call it, and what that means for you. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat this for you. You're probably not going to like this video. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be a hoedown hootenanny. If it gets too tough, YouTube has emergency cat videos you can turn to for comfort. I hate that I have to make this video. Nah, I'm just kidding. I really don't give a shit. Wouldn't be the first time that I got punished for what needed to be said. Now, I do have to warn you, though, that this video will cost you $79.99 to watch it. Well, maybe $119.99, depending on how our glorious leadership goes. But this is a Metroid Prime, Optimus Prime, Prime Terrible Tasting Drink, Prime Time, Prime Rib, Primordial opportunity to point your anger in the right direction. $10 to $20 price hikes, tariffs, no discounts, paid demos, and welcome to the future. I don't remember enjoying something so much just for paint to be thrown right in my face right afterwards. I'm going to tell you something that barely any gaming or Nintendo YouTuber is going to tell you, if at all. I know not everybody enjoys medicine, but that's the reason it's called medicine. A lot of them are not going to talk about it because they're either scared or they don't know much, which is more than fine. The Nintendo Switch 2 is coming, and so are higher game prices, potentially hitting $80+ before tax. That's not even including your therapy bill from finding out that 1-2 Switch is still $49.99. Like, fucking seriously? I don't know what it is about Japan, but they really don't like doing shit for free. Reggie is the only reason that the Wii blew up in my eyes, because Wii Sports came in as a free pack-in for the Wii, and it did so much work for them. Man, if they were smart, since they're charging for tech demos, just port Wii Sports. People like to hit you with the irony of the good old days prices, which is outrageously expensive as well, but there's a big difference. The NES, SNES, and N64 days, games really were expensive. I'm not going to bullshit you and act like they weren't, which, grandparents, Mom, Dad, shout out to y'all. One of the reasons Nintendo had the cartridge game on lock, and it didn't really change until CDs and PlayStation came along. After that, game prices started to come down. That's how you ended up with things like Greatest Hits for $20.
If you could read one full page of a Harry Potter book,
it really does feel like those Greatest Hits days are long gone. And while games were crazy expensive back then, you really have to think about it. We had dollar menus and affordable starter houses back then. Things were much, much more affordable. Speaking of affordability, if you really break it down to its essence, the main crux of what everybody is complaining and bitching about is affordability. Affordability isn't just one particular thing. It isn't just price here. There's a bunch of other factors that goes into what makes something affordable to you. And as time goes on, things relative to where it used to be raises in price. The biggest difference is how much do you get as far as like income and resources to go towards whatever the new price is. If there's not enough parity compared to what you want versus what you have, then that's going to create a point of contention. What, do you think rich kids are complaining about the price? They could give two monkey shits. But you have to understand as well, inflation is a natural thing. Sonic knows how market forces work.
What goes up must come down. What goes up?
If you have a job, had a job, or between jobs, shout out to all of you, by the way. If you're hurting about the price of Nintendo Switch 2 and the Nintendo Switch 2 games, well, one of the biggest things that people aren't thinking about, that people are afraid to tell you online, or at least content creators are afraid to tell you online, is because wages haven't kept up with inflation. Wages have been stagnant compared to inflation for like decades. There is only a small subset group that really does try to push for better wages, and it damn sure in these motherfuckers. It's not these either, but at least on that particular aisle, there is at least a small subset that is. I'm not saying that one side or not is completely right, but I'm only telling you the fact that one side is actually shown that, hey, we're about it. We want to make sure that you can actually afford things. Ignore the words, focus on actions. People yap all day long. Focus on the actions. Some people out here actively don't give any kind of shit as far as like what you can afford or not. If you're not rich, they don't give a damn about you. Now the tariffs part, you are definitely a fool if you really think that Nintendo hasn't taken into consideration like just the general market conditions. They hadn't taken into account what kind of person is in the White House right now. If they do anything, head ass, it's going to affect you. I don't care where you're at, unless you're like in bumblefuck Botswana or something like that, and even then it's still probably going to affect you in some way. Matter of fact, it's pretty fucked up, but probably already has affected you. But when your income source isn't big enough, or you don't have sources of income, you only got just like one major one, which that's what the vast majority tends to have. They tend to have one job, sometimes two, unfortunately. And when that revenue source isn't big enough for you to be able to do things that you want or just to afford to exist, period, then it becomes a problem. An $80 Mario game, this is before tax by the way, is going to hit a lot different when your boss is having you work overtime for a few extra scraps just to pay pay what's left of your light bill, which you had to carry over because you couldn't afford the last one. And on top of that, not only you, but also Nintendo has to deal with the dumbass tariff stuff. Shout out to this orange dumbass. The fact that my nappy-headed ass knows more about economics than the most powerful man in the world is just, what the fuck do you even say? I sure as hell can't wait to start this season of 5D chess because, yeah, every time this motherfucker does quote-unquote 5D chess, somebody either dies, loses money, or ends up homeless. And it's not him or other rich people. They'll be just fine. And like, even in your cheapest states, like your red states, your southern states, even there, it's going to be like 90 with tax or like 88 and some change. You might as well round up because you've already taken my little scraps of money as it is, so just finish me right the fuck off. And this is what you need to be told. And other YouTubers, well, namely gaming and Nintendo YouTubers, are again, more than likely they're too afraid to say it. You can tell based off of what they say that they're afraid to say it. And really, just to be honest with you, I totally get the fear. The fear of Nintendo being angry, the fear of insert company here being angry. Maybe you won't be able to get like review codes. You won't get invited to press events. All things add to your bottom line as far as like you being able to grow your channel, grow your brand, do all this other good stuff. When people like you, even if they're less than reputable, that tends to lead to more opportunities. And you don't want to miss out on that. I get it. And not only just corporate anger or corporate backlash or whatever, it's fear of fans being angry too. Like, let's be real. Some of you motherfuckers are crazy.
Marty, I'm scared.
But like, they'll even make the jokes. They'll be like, duh, her. I bet the comment section is going to be civilized. But really, a little bit of spine wouldn't hurt though. But on the flip side of that, I really do envy people that can just go through life like, la 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 la, problems of the world don't apply to me. I don't feel like dealing with them. It fucking sucks. But like I said earlier, they're probably also uneducated, or at least some of them are. Like me, if they feel like they don't know enough about something, they stay quiet on it. And I think that's a fair assessment. That's a very fair and healthy way to be. Don't chime in on something that you know very little about. I think that's a very good code of conduct to follow. Still though, when you listen to them talk, you can subtly kind of tell that, okay, they know what's up, but they're too scared to say it. I don't want to piss off my fans. Again, I get it. I really, really do. I'm kind of being a dick, but seriously, I get it. But for the really real shit, it's not about just the video games. It's sad how video games got to be affected before people are like, well, this is bullshit. I'm mad now. You should have been mad about this eons ago, 2 lifetimes ago. And if you are some of the very few that happen to be aware of the situation in the world around you, you know, shout out to you. Didn't mean for that to rhyme, but anywho. But let's point that anger in the right direction, or the right directions. The first direction it needs to go in is the obvious elephant in the room that this is what I'm saying that they're not talking about. Politicians. This is a subject that gaming YouTubers are the most afraid of. He who shan't be named. It's some Voldemort kind of shit. Just remember, if you don't fuck with politics, that's more than fine. But politics will always fuck with you. And one of the biggest blames should be the blame that goes to the people that consistently keep your wages down, or they keep your parents' wages down, and or they keep your grandparents' wages down. Whoever's getting you this new system, chances are they have kept that person's wages down, keeping you from either getting the system, getting the game, or getting even just more than that in general, because you could have ended up with like several games rather than just like 1 or 2. That's just what it is. You need wages to match inflation, and that has not happened in a very long time. And in my head, this isn't no red team versus blue team either, but seriously, a vast majority of it is Republican in nature that's keeping you from affording shit.
Now the main problem area is up here. All of this going on up here is what's causing me the most physical discomfort. It's like a visceral reaction of discontent coming from this area. This area is not good either. I hate this, but I'm mainly worried about this.
If you ask me, casual, when is the last time that you've seen anybody that's like a Democrat or progressive or somebody talk about increasing wages or like a livable wage or something like that, or any kind of rhetoric just like that, or actually did any kind of bills or tried to put anything down? It's like, hey, let's get this raised up, or put it on a docket in the state or something like, hey, let's get minimum wage to like 15 or something like that. When do you see that from Republicans? Because I will fucking wait. I want you to really think about this for the second. What do you usually hear from Republicans? Gays bad, trans bad, woke, DEI, black people bad, Latino people bad. Anyone that isn't the majority for them to piss themselves out of fear of. They make up the villain or the boogeyman of the week, focus test it a little bit, and then they spread it out to their gullible audience. Then they get the normies swept up in it, and well, You know how that goes. They're not paying attention. They'd be like, oh no, I guess this is happening. And do not misunderstand me. Blue team does this too. Matter of fact, any political party, or at least like around the globe, they tend to do things like this too. But it's nowhere near the severity of Republicans. Remember when Fox News was calling black people thugs, which was code for the N-word? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Remember when they were calling all Arabs and Middle Eastern people terrorists? We sure as shit remember that. Remember Haitians were eating cats and dogs? It's funny how after they got what they wanted, that little talking point bullshit completely went away. Remember how gays are quote unquote groomers? Yeah, remember that? Yeah, that's still a thing too. But you know, gays and trans people are much easier to go after than like minorities and black people. It's just so much easier for them, which is really fucked up. Latino people that come across the border seeking a better life, oh, they're all like evil and criminals and all that. You remember what Trump's dumbass said about them. None of this BS is true. They lie to you. They lie to you for money because once they get in, all that boogeyman mental gymnastics crap that they do, it all disappears. Bro said Haitians are eating cats and dogs on national television and got rewarded for it. It's fucking insane. After they got what they wanted, they completely changed their tune. They moved on to the next bullshit. You struggling to afford the Nintendo Switch 2? They don't give a damn. You struggling to afford rent? They don't give a damn. You struggling to afford groceries? They don't give a damn. Show me any policy of theirs that's going to be like, hey, we're going to give you more money so you can afford the things that you want in life so you can enjoy life better. Nope. You know what they're going to tell you? You're not working hard enough. You've already got 3 jobs. You're not working hard enough. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Then the moment something happens to them, yeah, I deserve this help. I've earned it. I hate these people so much. But yeah, all the policies these motherfuckers recommend, it's not gonna help you for shit. But hey, at least you get to yell at trans people for existing. That's fun, I guess. Oh, and Democrats, I'm gonna get to y'all in a second. Y'all ain't safe. Be mad at corporations that influence these people. And I almost forgot about this. BS like Citizens United would made it to where really corporations can buy your future from buying your politicians. Thank you, Republicans. You did that shit too. Citizens United is a court case to where basically corporations could, money equals speech. I own you now. We know one dipshit that took advantage of that. Someone who was an illegal, no less. Curious.
We've got to have money.
But be mad at them for a lot of things. Keeping your wages down, keeping universal health care away from you and your family, which that means you have to pay more shit out of pocket to actually be able to function in life. So if anything happens to you, like a big accident, a lot of that is coming out of your pocket. And if it wasn't, guess where that could have went? One emergency room visit could probably end up costing you like 20 Nintendo Switch 2 games. Hey, you're not getting that back. That's done. You could have so many more experiences that you could share with like your friends and family because all of us are not going to be here forever. You have a very brief amount of time. And if you genuinely if you genuinely enjoy video games, there we go, and someone you care about genuinely enjoys video games, well, unfortunately now you both have less time and less money and less ability to actually enjoy more of those things that you both enjoy together. Instead of them fighting to get you a better wage and better resources to get you the things that you want, or a better way to actually keep wages in track with inflation, instead of doing that, DEI woke mind virus. That's what's on the menu. It's so fucking stupid. It's a dumbass distraction. Be mad again at corporations. A lot of them use the inflation as an excuse to raise prices so no one notices. So you can get sneak robbed without even realizing it. Dems tried to at least reduce this, but Republicans did their thing. But remember, Democrats, didn't I say I was coming after that neck? You thought you guys were safe, didn't you? Well, you chuckleheads aren't as bad. Even Biden with his 1.5 brain cells left in his head still got more back for people than Cheeto Coon did. But y'all are not free from blame. A lot of you are too spineless to actually do anything, to stop ghouls that look like this from doing anything bad. And some of you have ghouls in your ranks that actually are bad. Don't treat politics like a team sport. Actually analyze who you vote for and who's in office. See what they do. Check their actions. Don't just blindly follow them. Because if you do that, regardless of who you voted for, you get dipshits like this one.
A lot of people don't give. I know a lot about overtime. I'd hated to give overtime. I hated it. I'd get other people, I shouldn't say this, but I'd get other people in, I wouldn't pay. I hate it.
Okay, time out, sitting jackass.
He was a born rich, spoiled brat. Nobody ever told him no. It's the same with people who become famous or rich. They get full of themselves. They think They're always right because nobody ever tells them that they're stupid. Think about somebody in your life that's like this. They're very privileged. They don't have to really work or do much for anything. They have everything handed to them, and then they're just full of themselves. You know some people like that in your own life. And for the rest of us that actually live in the real world, we've had plenty of times where we had to be humbled. Nobody knows everything. People end up thinking they know more than what they actually do. And the universe sure as shit has taught me, you know less than you think you do. And I'm pretty sure it's the same for you. But that's a spoiled, narcissistic rich kid that never grew up. Bro does not give any kind of shit about you. I have so many examples of this fact that if I listed even a fourth of them, it would take 3 hours to get through this. I had to cut this down tremendously. I know that's one of his words. My first vocab. To the central thing as far as like why you're here. Remember when I was talking about the whole minimum wage thing? Well, and don't forget this glorious gem as well either.
Minimum wage should be raised.
Well, I think these people work hard. They're great. And I just saw something, a process that's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to see. These are great franchises and produce a lot of jobs, and it's great. And great people working here, too.
But minimum wage is 7.40. No, I'm not answering shit.
If I heard a Democrat say anything this asinine, stupid, and evil, trust believe I would be on their ass too. And there ain't no pause involved. If you're upset about video game prices, you should be the same way. And for anyone else out there that still is like, well, if you increase wages, then that's going to make things worse. It'll make inflation worse. Shut up. Shut the hell up. I know what the theoretical wage limit is. We're not close to it yet for a lot of states. So shut the fuck up. But to the rest of you, think about it though. If your wages were better, if your parents' wages were better, if you didn't have to work 2 jobs or even 3 jobs for some people, if you didn't have to do all of that, you would have more money, you would have more time. The Switch 2, the Mario Kart World or whatever, costing $80 to $90, you know, with tax included, would be nowhere near as much of an issue as it is. The controversy would be next to nothing. Why? Because you would have extra money to be able to afford it. Some of you out there, it's just the fact of the matter is some of you out there, it may not be you in particular, but it's going to be somebody else is watching this video, that somebody else is listening to this video, a friend or a family member or whatever the case may be, or somebody you just happen to know, or you yourself, you're going to have to think, hey, I need to work some extra hours, X amount of time to be able to afford this. Not because it's some dumb thing. It's like, oh, wasting your time on a video game. No, it's because you love Nintendo. This is something that you love doing. Life is very fleeting. There is only one direction that your life goes in. There are no backseats. You want to enjoy things, and I think that is absolutely fine. But now you get to enjoy them less because you either have to work more or you just flat out can't afford it. You're going to have to do something else. And while to me it's not the end of the world, for you, if it's something that truly gives you life, something that's passionate to you, something that it just makes life more fulfilling to you, and you miss out because of things that can be avoided, that pisses me off. I don't want to make myself seem holier than thou. I'm really not. I'm kind of a jackass from time to time, so that's not a brave nor a bold nor a new statement. But I genuinely care about you, even if I don't know you. It's just in my nature to. I hate when people suffer for no reason or they don't get what they want for no reason, because you never know when your time on this earth is up. It may be up before you know it. So I truly want you to be able to enjoy things while you can. That goes for me too. I'll never know what day is going to be my last. Now that I've gotten like a little bit squishy to you, a little sensitive, a little emotional, or we need to get to some deeper introspective. You shouldn't just be mad at them. If you're able to vote, you should be mad at yourself. Because the reason is it affects you too. If you can vote and you don't vote and you don't educate yourself on who you're voting for, if you are not rich, you are making life harder for yourself and or those around you that you care about if they aren't rich. But anyways, I was going to criticize the gaming industry, but a bunch of other channels have already done that. I was going to criticize Nintendo. A bunch of channels have already done that. So I'm going to spare you the trouble of that. Although if you do want to hear my thoughts on both of those, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'll give my rundown on it, because the gaming industry and Nintendo are not saints in this in any way, shape, or form either. They deserve the criticism just as much as the rest of them. The difference is I know that I know the online attention spans, and I'm well past that mark. And the fact that you've made it this far into this video, you are a real fucking MVP, because even my brain will be like, so anyways, I want to do something else. Scroll like 2,000 TikToks by now. Just know if you had better wages, if you were more prosperous, you wouldn't be tripping about Nintendo prices. Nintendo dealing with market problems, no concern. Nintendo being greedy, charging for chat and tech demos, no concern. The fact that 1-2 Switch came out the gate at 50 should be labeled as a hate crime, but you still wouldn't be concerned about it. I know they say more money, more problems, but it's damn sure not going to cause you as many problems as far as like affording anything. And as far as your freedoms, I know it seems like I'm telling you what to do, but honestly, you have the freedom to do whatever you want. You can ignore reality, you can stick your fingers in your ears, you can keep your head down, you can roll on, patting yourself on the back over some brief outrage. I'm not kidding. You aren't obligated in any way, shape, or form to make things better. Not for you, your friends, your family, or anybody else that you don't know. You're not obligated at all. You're free to do whatever you want. I mean, hell, you can just roll one out and call it a day. You even have the right to complain all day long and do nothing about it. Same with gaming and Nintendo YouTubers that I'm calling out as far as them not talking about the real issues. You don't have to do anything. You do as you want. You don't have to like this video. Actually, I'd appreciate it if you like this video. But you heard Far Cry 3. I think it's Far Cry 3. Definition of insanity. You're doing the same thing expecting different results? Well, let me know how that works out for you. The only thing that I ask of you, you aren't obligated to do it, but the only thing that I ask for you, or at least so your complaining can be justified, pay attention to who you vote for, pay attention to policy, think about the big picture, think about motives, think about what makes your anger happen in the first place. Think about what causes your money to be worth less. Think about why your parents get less money. If you have any foreign friends that get mad at you, think about why they're getting mad at you, because chances are when you have less, bad things affect you more. If your yard is on fire, if you set your yard on fire, chances are it's going to spread to your neighbors and it's going to piss off your neighbors. I don't want my yard on fire. And look, I know I'm taking a risk, a big one at that. I'm going to keep it real with you because Video Game Donkey isn't going to tell you this. Moist Critical isn't going to tell you this. Linus Tech Tips isn't. Marquez Brownlee isn't. Spawn Wave, Arlo, Commonwealth Realm, Switch Force, Beat 'em Ups, Angry Video Game Nerd, Markiplier, PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, what's that other guy's? Austin John Plays. Asmongold sure as shit ain't going to tell you that because his head is firmly up his cockroach rectum. They're well off. They're going to be fine. They're going to be more than fine. But my brown ass isn't. And a lot of you, it goes the same for you. You're going to have to make a choice between what you can afford and what you can't afford. And it really sucks. And it sucks even more because that's only just the surface level of your problems. It's going to be much worse than that. I'm sure a lot of you already know this. A lot of you already experienced this. And I really hate that for you. So if you don't mind me with the woke reality virus, I'm gonna tell you, like, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, talk to me. And at the end of the day, I know I'm not important. I'm a nobody yapping like so many nobodies out there, but for what it's worth, you just do what you can. I don't feel like I'm important or anything. I'm just trying to point you in the right direction. I think it's okay to be upset. I think it's okay to voice your opinions. I think it's okay to really be outraged at the current situation as far as like you being able to enjoy the simple things in life that you truly love. But I want you to be upset at the right people. Anger to me is power, and power with no direction, what does that do for anybody? It does you no good. You've got plenty of power in your walls, or I like to assume that you do. If you don't plug your computer into it, where's that power doing for you? Nothing. You don't have your phone or plug it to your phone, what's that doing for you? Nothing. Wash dishes with it, it's not plugged up, it's not doing anything for you. Laundry, lights, whatever. If that power is not pointed in a proper direction for use, it's not going to do anything for you. So I just want you to put that anger, that discontent, that frustration, rather than just sit on it, I want you to actually put it in a good direction. You know, get on your local congressman's ass. They seriously need that. Get on their ass. If they're a greedy and evil Republican, get on their ass. If they're a spineless Democrat, get on their ass. If they're a greedy Democrat, because they exist too, get on their ass. If they're in a cult, get on their ass. Call them, write them, email them. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment and fight me in the comments. I know some of you are going to want to. And I think that's fine. I'm looking forward to it. It's really a shame my nobody ass has to be the one to say it. But anyways, that's pretty much it. See ya.